السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أفضل الصيام بعد شهر رمضان شهر الله الذي تدعونه المحرم وأفضل الصلاة بعد الفريضة قيام الليل رواه مسلم. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that here we are today on the last day of this month of Zulhijjah, or tomorrow as we enter into the 29th of Zulhijjah, and as always after the Maghrib we go out to see the Hilal and the crescent moon for a new Islamic year. So it is not an ordinary moment in time as another year comes to an end. For a moment, let's think that just like how the Hujjaj have accomplished and fulfilled a very, very special rukun min arkan al-Islam, and just like how the Hujjaj are returning and have returned to their homes after they witness ليشهدوا منافع لهم ويذكروا اسم الله في أيام معلومات على ما رزقهم من بهيمة الأنعام. So when the Hujjaj, they spend those moments and time and in the remembrance of Allah, and that very special day came and it is gone, Yawma Arafah, such a beautiful day, a day which Shaitan was most humiliated, a day where we read in Sahih Muslim on the authority of Aisha radiallahu anha that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, ما من يوم أكثر من أن يعتق الله فيه عبيدا من النار من يوم عرفة وإنه ليدنو ثم يباهي بهم الملائكة. There is no day that Almighty Allah Ta'ala frees from the fire of hell than the Yawm Arafah. When we think about such a day that came and it is gone, and how many of us took benefit from the fast of Yawm Arafah, given that the fast, it expiates and wipes out the sins of the previous year and the coming year. So Ahlul Hajj and the people of Hajj, just as they engage in that very special action of pelting the Jamarat, and just like how they established that practice to remember Allah, وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْدُودَاتٍ, remembering Allah also over those days, a very, very special journey, a journey of a lifetime. And as we come to the end of the month of Zulhijjah, we are still in the months of Ashurul Hurum. The months of Hurum and the sanctified months are Zulqa'dah and Zulhijjah and Muharram. So when the month of Muharram sets in, we remind you of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أفضل الصيام بعد شهر رمضان. The best of fast after the month of Ramadan is the month of Allah. That which you call the month of Muharram, just like how the best of Salah after the Farida is Qiyamul Layl. So what we will witness after the sighting of a moon, which tomorrow, 29th of Zulhijjah, and if it is sighted, then it brings us to completing another year. And therefore, after this year, we welcome a new year, Aman Jadidan. And the first month of the new year, it is month of Muharram. And given that the month of Muharram has a very, very special day, in a khutbah, we think and we ponder over the life of this temporary abode. أيها الناس اتقوا الله تعالى وفكروا في دنياكم وسرعة زوالها. O people, have fear of Allah. Ponder over this world, the dunya, and how fast it is passing by. وَاسْتَعِدُّوا لِلْآخِرَةِ وَأَهْوَالِهَا, and prepare for the akhirah. And with the akhirah comes its ahwal. There are fears that a people will witness on the day of Qiyamah. وَخَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ طَالَ عُمْرُهُ وَحَسُنَ عَمَلُهُ وَشَرُّكُمْ مَنْ طَالَ عُمْرُهُ وَسَاءَ عَمَلُهُ. The best amongst you are those who have a long life and they do good deeds. And the worst amongst you are those who have a long life, they have a lifespan, but they do the worst and evil deeds. Yes, indeed, today, as we are going to say farewell and bid farewell to another year, it is gone. Intaha wantaqasa min a'marikum, and it has taken from our lifespan. When a year comes to an end, it means another year of our life is gone. فَإِنْ كَانَ خَيْرًا حَمِدَنَا اللَّهُ وَاتَّبَعْنَاهُ بِالْخَيْرِ. And if it was khair, we thank Almighty Allah and we follow it with khair and goodness. But if that life that we had passed by and the year that is gone, وَإِنْ كَانَ شَرًّا تُبْنَا إِلَى اللَّهِ مِنْهُ, we make tawbah and we ask Allah Ta'ala to forgive us. وَاسْتَدْرَكْنَا بَقِيَّةَ أَيَّامِنَا قَبْلَ فَوَاتِهَا. Yes, indeed, before even the year comes to an end, it is like we have to hold on to what remains of the year. Just like how a person has a lifespan and he doesn't know when that year, the life is going to come to an end. But when a year comes to an end and we welcome a new year and it begins with the month of Muharram, then it should be a year where we turn to Allah Ta'ala with hope and ask Allah Ta'ala for forgiveness for what is gone. It is gone, it is recorded, it will never come back. Surah Al-Asr, by the token of time. Inna al-insana lafi khusr, verily indeed man is at a loss. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. So Almighty Allah Ta'ala, He takes a qasam by wal asri, by the token of time. It is the zaman and the time that insan, az-zaman alladhi ya'ishu fihi al-insan. And we learn from this verse, أن كل إنسان خاسر إلا من اتصف بهذه الأوصاف الأربعة, except for those who have these four qualities. So insan, innal insana lafi khusr, insan is at a loss. But whom are excluded from the great loss are those who have these qualities. Illa alladhina amanu, those who have iman, wa amilu salihat. So it means iman and amal as-salih. A person, insan, he is at a loss. But Almighty Allah Ta'ala is excluding from those who are at a loss. They have the quality of, meaning they have iman and they have righteous deeds. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So they are advising, counseling on haqq, and also they counsel and remain on sabr and patience. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So this surah is a very amazing surah in the Quran. It is like the mizan of our a'mal and actions, where a person, if you place your actions on the scales, the believer, by this surah, he can gauge for himself and he can understand where, if he indeed is at a great loss. And that is why we have Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah says, لو فكر الناس كلهم فيها لكفتهم. If people have to ponder over it, meaning the surah is such an amazing surah, a chapter of the Quran, it will be sufficient for them. So we have to make this dua, Allahumma ja'al al-hayata ziyadatan li min kulli khair, wal maut rahatan li min kulli shar. On the one hand, if Allah has given us life, then we have to pray and make dua that Allah Ta'ala gives us more in the life that we have of everything that is khair and good. And if maut has been decreed, it means it saves and keeps us, secures us away from that which is shar and evil. Yes, indeed, the average age of the ummah, we read in the hadith in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, أعمار أمتي ما بين الستين إلى السبعين. أعمار أمتي, that the age of my ummah is between 60 and 70. So if we think about our journey of life, and if we have reached the age of 50 and 60 and 70, أعمار أمتي ما بين الستين إلى سبعين. The Prophet ﷺ is saying that the age a'mar of my ummah is between 60 and 70. So if a person reaches this age, and every day of his life is like a blessing, and he has to make dua, Allahumma ja'al al-hayata ziyadatan li min kulli khair, because every day that we are living, we don't know how the journey can come to an end, and sometimes it may end suddenly. How many youngsters and pass away in their age, that suddenly they pass away. Yes, it reminds me of also the passing away of a scholar, Ustad Muhammad Sharif. We heard and we've seen the passing away of a scholar, and at a very young age, leaving behind a great legacy of ilm and knowledge. But it is the reminder that just like how the average age of the ummah is between 60 and 70, there is no certainty and guarantee that as long as a person is alive, he doesn't know when Allah Ta'ala has already ordained and decreed that he would leave this temporary abode. Just like how this year comes to an end and now we enter into a new year, there is no guarantee and certainty what may transpire and what we will see and witness in the coming year. So we have to firstly make tawbah and repentance, and yes, indeed, think for a moment that another year of our life is gone. Ustaz Muhammad Sharif passed away, I believe, only around the age of 47 years of age. And this is a journey and reality and reminder for all of us. On the one hand, yes, we are reminded of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Inna Allah la yaqbidul ilm intiza'an. Allah will not take away the knowledge intiza'in, and snatch it away. But ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء, but knowledge will be taken away when ulama are passing away. A time will come, اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا, people will take as their leaders the juhal and the ignorant, and they will be asked to give their opinion on matters and verdicts. وَدَلُّوا وَأَدَلُّوا, meaning they will pass matters and they have, and from the juhal and ignorant, they will be astray and lead others astray. When a person passes away, everything comes to an end. Yes, when a year comes to an end, and when we enter into a new year, neither you nor I know, and nobody knows. وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. And the soul doesn't know what is going to happen tomorrow. The soul doesn't know on which part of the land is going to die. May Allah Ta'ala give us understanding of the purpose of our life, and we'll continue the discussion on the virtue of the month of Muharram after the break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.